In this video, I'm going to show you how I build my own trading strategy using the SMRTALGO Pro V3, and also I'll also show you some other features that I have disabled and the one that I have activated to build my own trading strategy. So before we begin, I want to show you some of the things that we are going to need in this video to focus mainly on the strategy. If you have watched the previous video, you already know that I only like to take the trades on the high or the low after price has traded above the previous high or the previous low. Let me show you. Let's do a little bit of a recap quickly. If let's say right now we are in a bullish trend like this, I'll be looking to enter short around this area here. So this indicator will eventually identify these areas, so you don't have to waste time, so that you can sell around this area using price action. So you'll be looking to enter short around these areas here. And another thing is that even in a continuation market, you can still do the same thing. Let's say we are in a sell market like this, but then when price is around this area here, you will see that the indicator will identify this level here. This will be your supply and demand zones. This will be your supply zone around this area. And because we are only looking for price to trade above the high here before we can take a sell, you will see that the indicator will show you that this might be a change of character or a break of market structure. So this is the only thing that we need for now. And then another thing, we are going to use this candlestick here to make our entries. If let's say you are looking for a long position, we are going to look for something like this one here. You look for something like this for a bullish trend. We are going to confirm it using a bullish candlestick close. And then for a sell, we are going to look for something like this, a rejection candlestick like this one here. And then this will be your confirmation candlestick. This will be very, very clear. And another thing is that, let me show you something on this area here. Another thing that I want to point out is that price has to be very, very aggressive when it breaks the low. Okay, when it breaks the low or the high. Okay, let me show you. Okay, this is a perfect example here. You can clearly see that, as I said here, you can clearly see that we have a break of market structure here, and then price rejected. This will be your confirmation candlestick here. You can clearly see that even the indicator identified a break of market structure here. And if you look at this price action very clearly, you can clearly see that price is very, very aggressive to the downside. Most of the people will look for a sell position after they see this move to the downside that is very, very aggressive. But price rejected here. You can clearly see that price shoot to the downside, but then it got rejected very quickly, and then it closed around this area. And you can clearly see that we are on the 5 minutes time frame here. So this is the only thing that you need to focus on for now. And another thing that I want to point out, I like to use this area here to identify if the market is very bearish or very bullish. But on the daily time frame, you can clearly see that we are still bullish. So this will indicate me that we might even get a bullish move, but today we are still bearish. You can clearly see here by the negative here. But right now, you can clearly see that the current price section here, price is trying to move to the upside, but we are still bearish. So this is the only thing that you need to understand how to use this indicator properly, but we will touch on some examples. But before we begin here, let me show you my settings here so that you can clearly see my settings. On the buy and sell, I have removed it, and the dashboard is on supply and demand zone. This will help me to identify those supply and demand zones, the change of character, the market structure, and I like let me see, the other ones I just leave them off. And you can clearly see so many things here. I didn't change it because some of the features are off from this area here. When you turn this indicator on around this area, you can change its settings here below. And sometimes I like to put the zigzag so that I can identify the market structure very clearly. But sometimes I just put it off because when price is very clear, everything will be clear on my side. So let's move on to another time frame. You can move on to the 1 hour here and look at some other time frames to see how this indicator will help you and benefit you a lot. And another thing, to get this indicator here, you're going to get on the indicator settings on the invite only. You are going to get it here. This is the Pro V3. Oh, and also another thing, to get this indicator, you can get it on their website. You will find the link in the description below on this website, so that you can get this indicator. They have 3 price plans here. You can clearly see we have the 3 price plans: the lifetime, the monthly, and you can get into their Discord to access their signal room, and you will get access to other indicators. Even the Pro V4, I have made a video about it previously, and the VIP Discord. Even on the monthly plan you get the VIP Discord, but you don't get the benefit of the smart money toolkit here, and even access to their signal room. So to get a discount, you'll find the link in the description below. So let's continue with the video. All the links will be in the description. So to continue with the video, let me just move backward here and show you how price will behave when price is trading above the previous high or the low. There are a lot of examples here. Let me just use another time frame, like maybe 30 minutes here, so that you can see everything very clearly. You can see the indicators showing us that this was a potential reversal zone here. This is the demand zone, and you can clearly see that when price reaches this area, price move to the upside. You can clearly see that price move to the upside. Even right now, price is trying to move to the upside, but you have to wait for a confirmation candlestick so that everything will be clear. But in this area, we don't have a perfect example to see that example here perfectly. So, and we can clearly see that when price breaks, as I said before, you can see that here we have a change of character, and then price broke this low very aggressively here. But here we don't have a perfect rejection candlestick. So this is what we need, and you can clearly see that there are candlesticks that are very powerful to the downside, and then we have this candlestick which is an inside bar, and then price move to the upside. And for those who like to trade gold, this indicator is perfect, very perfect, because you can identify even like so many things, and you can fix some of the settings to perfectly match with your own trading strategy. But as for me, you already know I like to use the rejection candlestick and the engulfing candlestick the most. And even on this example here, I know I don't do backtesting on this video, but if you go and backtest, you'll see those kind of behaviors in the market. Even in this area here, we can see that we have a strong move to the downside, followed by this bullish engulfing candlestick here. This is where I will likely take the trade around the retracement area to go to the upside. And then after this upside, we can clearly see another strong move to the upside. This candlestick here is like an indecision candlestick. You can't even identify what it is, because if you see closely on the wick, you can see that this wick is very strong to the downside. Even the wick to the upside is very strong, then followed by a close with a bullish candlestick here. But then you can clearly see that price, after touching the supply zone here, we can clearly see that price rejected with this candlestick here. This is a rejection candlestick. That is why you see price moving to the downside, and we can see a change of character here. And this indicator doesn't even lag. We can clearly see that right now we have a change of character, so we are likely to move to the downside, and then followed by a strong move to the upside. And if we look at price section here, we can clearly see that we have a trend here that is to the downside, but you can clearly see that we have another move to the upside here. That means price is likely to move to the upside, but don't take this analysis, use your confirmation, because there's so many things that you can clearly misunderstand from my trading strategy. But if you have been following me a lot, this indicator will benefit you a lot if you have already backtested. So for now here, if I will be looking to go long, that means I'll wait for price to break this lower low here and then move to this demand zone. Before I can go long, then I will confirm with my rejection candlestick around this areas here. But only price action will tell us when to enter the market. I don't have to jump in and use this indicator like properly. You don't have to go blindly. You have to use some other confirmations that you have in your own trading strategy. And if I want to at least change some other settings here, I can just remove the supply and demand zone and the market structure, and then add some other things here like support and resistance levels here, and then the indicator will just load and show me those areas here, and we can clearly see that this is a strong support level here. Okay, I hope this video was very helpful. I guess I'll see you on another one.